My name is Prasad Joglekar. I am the General Manager of Data and Analytics for Dish Media Sales. Dish Media Sales is the media sales arm of Dish Network, the satellite TV provider that's in about 14 million homes nationwide. So it's funny, the panel that I was on was talking about whether TV is dead or not, and one of the first questions we tried to answer was, what exactly is TV? And the legacy definition of TV was ad-supported broadcast content. So there was someone like a CBS that would take money from advertisers, deploy it to make new shows, and then broadcast those to the rest of the US as consumers. And then we would sort of consume that content, also consume the ads that were in the content, hopefully get influenced by those ads, and go out and buy the products that the ads were trying to promote. That's how the ecosystem used to sort of function. Along the way, the ecosystem changed to what we call cable, which is a connected device with more niche content, if you will, than what was mass market broadcast. And what was one or two cable channels proliferated into what is about 200 now, trying to sort of target every genre of content. And those networks were initially paid only, so there was not a single ad on a cable network. And now there are 20 minutes of ads per hour on every cable channel that you watch. So the broadcast model of ad-supported TV, morphed into a cable and broadcast supported, ad-supported model for television. As somewhat of a counter example to that is Netflix, which is strictly subscriber revenue driven. And that's TV too, in the sense that it is professionally produced content that is mass market. So that's another definition of TV as sort of an industry sort of insider would call it, but it is not ad supported. So to your question of what are some of the, how would you explain TV ecosystem, what's going on? Those are the two broad trends. Is television professionally produced ad-supported content? Is television professionally produced subscriber, revenue-driven model? Or is television non-professionally produced YouTube-based, cat videos or what have you? That's sort of where we're at in the evolution of television entertainment. The aspect of sort of streaming content it's definitely happening, but it turns out a vast majority of the US still consumes their content the old-fashioned way, using cable or using satellite. So as an example, 14 million subscribers for Dish get about a gigabit per second of content through the satellite. There is no other way that they get that much content that quickly at the touch of a remote. So while streaming is definitely sort of a real phenomenon, and Netflix in a lot of ways is with 60 odd million subscribers is larger than Dish and Comcast and DirecTV put together. The richness of the content along with the accessibility when put together, TV still offers a compelling viewpoint and it still offers a compelling entertainment sort of option. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, right, Procter & Gamble may or may not want to be associated with cats playing pianos. Or maybe it works for Purina, but it might not work for Head & Shoulders. So it's tougher to do. With a human on the other side, scripting a show, it's much easier to sort of enforce that. So when you log into Facebook, you've given Facebook your name, your email address, your date of birth, your gender, what have you, and those are all attributes that Facebook can now turn around and aggregate across millions of users and sell an audience to an advertiser. Like, so if Procter & Gamble wishes to target people who are males 25-54 and live in New York, you just gave Facebook all that. You and millions of others gave Facebook that information for them to turn around and target you. Turns out you can do something similar on TV, you can do something similar in online, you can do something similar in mobile, with varying degrees of accuracy and success. And that's what advertisers are doing. They're exploring those avenues for targeting based off of demographics and other sort of in-market indicators. And some of them work, some of them don't, but it's an experimental process that in a lot of ways pushes the industry forward, because the more accurate you get, the less money you have to spend, and the more efficient you are as an advertiser. That's sort of where the industry is going.